Healthy Theology 101. This is a thought experiment that anybody can do. I use this with undergraduates at 9 o'clock in the morning, and if you can do a thought experiment with undergraduates at 9 o'clock in the morning, you could do it with anybody. You could do it with a worm, and it would probably work just fine. So I start them off in groups, because groups is a great way to waste some time. Pro tip, if you're a teacher trying to waste some time, put them in groups, and I have them make lists. List number 1, 3 things they know about God from the Bible. Just anything that the Bible says about God, any events, narratives, attributes, properties, whatever, 3 things you know about God from the Bible. List number 2, 3 things they know about God from personal experience. That is worship and fellowship and prayer and meditation, stuff like that. Relational, individual relational kinds of things. I've felt this from God on some occasion, something like that. 3 things you know about God that way. And then 3 things you know about God from reason. That is arguments and evidence. If there's some fact in the world that you think is best explained by the existence of a God with particular properties, those kinds of things that you know about God. I start them off with the lists. And after they've made these nice, pretty lists, I tell them to make a 3-circle Venn diagram. As a Venn diagram has 3 circles that all overlap a little bit. You've seen a 3-circle Venn diagram before. It makes a nice little triangle shape. And then I have them label these circles. 1 circle is Bible. 1 circle is reason, 1 circle is experience. And then we try and get at least one thing about God in each section of these circles. So we need one thing that we know about God from personal experience, but that we don't know about God from the Bible or reason. And we need one thing we know about God from the Bible, but we don't know from experience or reason. And then one thing we know about God from reason, but we don't know about God from Bible or experience. Then we need one thing we know about God from the Bible and experience, but not from reason. One thing from Bible and reason, but not from experience. One thing from experience and reason, but not from the Bible. And then we need at least one thing that we know about God from the Bible and reason and experience. And they lay this all out. Some of these are much easier to fill in than others, but you got to get at least one for each section. You can do more than one if you want, but at least one in each section. And this teaches the students how to do theology. Theology is the task of trying to creatively and imaginatively correlate as many of these things about God as possible. And it also gives the students a very easy way to think about what they might have the most justification for when it comes to beliefs about God. Because the stuff in the center of that, the things where multiple sources are telling you that this thing is true about God, are going to have greater epistemic value, are going to be more evidentially justified than the things that only appear in a single one of these circles and aren't represented in the others. So how do we use the Bible to find knowledge of God? We correlate it with our other sources of theological information. And this is one of the reasons why I think fundamentalism is so bad, because it ignores all of these circles. It ignores what we know about God from experience. It ignores what we know about God from reason and evidence. Worse than ignoring, even it mutilates them. It forces them to conform to some abstract dogmatic standard. They only get to count at all if they agree with some dogmatic conception of what the Bible is. Fundamentalism on a deep level even rejects the Bible. It rejects the Bible as it actually is, and instead conceives of this Bible as a theological guidebook that has only a single voice and only a single meaning, and that meaning happens to be identical to what fundamentalist theologians want it to be. And so it really rejects not only every single circle individually, but it rejects the process of trying to correlate these different sources of information in order to come up with a robust picture of God.